This is section 1.7, inverse functions. So what do we know about inverse functions? Well, we know that the x values and the y values are switched. We know that if we do Fogg and Goff, both are going to be the same. They're going to be equal to x. And that the domain of f is the range of the inverse. And if you graph them, it's symmetric over the line y equals x. So if for a particular one-to-one function, f of 2 equals 4 and f of 5 equals 12, what are the corresponding input and output values for the inverse function? Well, inverses, we just switch x and y. So for the first one, we know that f of 4 equals 2. I'm going to put that little -1, so f inverse of 4 is 2. And for the next one, f inverse of 12 equals 5. So just switching x and y. Our f of x equals 1 over x plus 2, and g of x equals 1 over x minus 2 inverse functions. So let's figure it out using Fogg and Goff. So let's do Fogg, f of g of x. So remember, composition of functions, that's the same thing as f of 1 over x minus 2. So that gives us 1 over x minus 2 plus 2. So know that this minus 2 and this plus 2 are going to cancel out, which gives us 1 over x, which equals x. So we're good for Fogg. Let's try Goff. So g of f of x is going to be g of 1 over x plus 2, which gives us 1 over x plus 2 minus 2. 1 over something is just the reciprocal of that bottom, so we have x plus 2 minus 2. Those will cancel out, and we're just left with x. So, since we did Fogg and got x, and then we did Goff and we still got x, these are indeed inverses. So our answer is yes. Alright, find g of 3 and g inverse of 3 for the graph. So to find g of 3, it's all good. We go over to 3 and then up until we hit that function. So in this case, g of 3 is equal to 1. To find the g inverse of 3, instead of going across to 3, we're going to go up to 3, because remember, x and y are flipped. So we're going to go up to 3 and over until we hit our function. So g inverse of 3 is going to be 5. And lastly, let's do an example. Find the inverse of y equals 1/3 x minus 5. So to find the inverse, we're going to switch x and y. So we're going to say x equals 1/3 y minus 5. And we're going to solve for y. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of that 1/3. So 3x equals y minus 5. To get y by itself, add 5, add 5. So 3x plus 5 is equal to y inverse. So right there is our inverse function. One way to check that, if you